Welcome to the video series, Maximize the Value of Your Business. This series is broken down into 4 parts, and this is part 1. In part 1, we deal with the introduction to the series. We ask and answer the question, why maximize the value of your business anyway? And we look at your strengths and weaknesses, a very important part of this whole series. So now let's, without further ado, get into the introduction of the series. Introduction. This is Tony Arena, and I wish to welcome you to the video program Maximize the Value of Your Business. It is drawn from the manual Maximize the Value of Your Business, which is now in its 3rd edition and has been the handbook for accountants, business advisors and small business owners alike who are interested in building the value of a business. In this series of modules, I look at ways you can maximize the value of your business. Each module builds upon the other. This video series explains that more comprehensive manual and puts you on the road to understanding how you might maximize the value of your business. It is not meant to be as comprehensive as the manual and shouldn't be read as a substitute for the larger self-help document. These ideas and tips have been taken from my experience of over 25 years in selling businesses. I have seen the experts build and sell their businesses and move on to greater success. Unfortunately, I have seen the inexperienced ones fall by the wayside, often losing assets, relationships, and their will to keep trying. Who knows how different it may have been were they able to stop and focus on the reasons for failure. Who knows how much a little education might have helped. We live in a new age of small business. This new age sees the sprouting of so many new types of businesses, including internet businesses and home-based businesses. Whilst small business has always been a dynamic arena to play in, I believe that right now there are risks and challenges greater than any we've seen in the last 20 years. Whilst the internet is approximately 20 to 30 years old, we are seeing only just now changes taking place in the business world that have been predicted since the birth of the internet. They say that small business is tough, and they're right. They say that survival in small business is tough, and they're right. However, my experience has shown me that survival is not that hard, because that's what many thousands upon thousands of small businesses are doing out there right now, just surviving. It's the growing of a business that is tough, even tougher than surviving. Yes, I have seen just as many fail in an attempt to grow as I have seen fail in the attempt to survive in that first crucial 12 months. I don't know whether you will succeed or not. There can be no guarantees. However, if you have a good reason to grow your business, if you educate yourself in the ways of growing a business and persist with a good plan, then your chances of success will be greatly enhanced. I can guarantee that. Chapter 1. Why do it anyway? Before we embark upon any program at all, we have to ask, why are we doing this? I don't believe you would have invested in this program if you simply wanted to run a one-man show and stay the same size as you are. So working on the basis that you are as interested as I am in seeing your business grow, let's look at the good reasons for growing a business. The obvious one is to build wealth. The more valuable your business is, the more you will be able to realize your financial goals. A larger business developed steadily and properly over time will grow in value. And there's safety in numbers. It is safer to have a large business than a small business. If you're a one-man show or a smaller business and you get sick, who will take over the business? Statistics show that the larger the business, the greater the chance of survival. The stats also show that most small businesses fail, if they're going to fail at all, within that first 12-month period. Being green and inexperienced, the new business owner does not know what to expect, gets frightened, generally has less money than needed, and gives up right when they were about to succeed. The experienced business owner understands this pattern as he or she has gone through the different phases of business development. And lifestyle, this is where we talk about the difference between you working for a business and the business working for you. As Robert Kiyosaki says in his book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, we go through the 4 stages: being employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor. Most business owners stay stuck at level 2 and can't proceed to level 3, that is, becoming a business owner. Once you graduate to business owner, your business will afford you a lifestyle, and you will cease to be a slave to this thing you have created. Sale of business. One day you will sell your business. The best time to start thinking about that is now. Most business owners don't start thinking about sale until it is too late. If you start thinking now about the matters that are most important when you sell your business, you will be better prepared for sale and hence will get more for your business. Logical, isn't it? And your own reasons. There are 100 other reasons why it could be good for you to build your business. Embark upon this program for your own good reasons. Realize that it won't necessarily be easy, but in the end, if those reasons are good enough and compelling enough, and you commit to the program, then it will all be worthwhile. Chapter 2, Your Strengths and Weaknesses. Plug in the gaps. Most successful businesses grew out of a small business, or just even someone's idea. The average person does not have the ability to excel in all the important areas or departments of a business. If you're looking for one main reason for failure in small business today, it would be that the business owner lacks a skill or resource in a particular area, fails to realize it, and blunders on in the business oblivious to the shortcomings that he or she has. As you go through this program, you will be alerted to the key drivers of value in a business. At each step of the way, you should examine your own strengths and weaknesses in these areas. Recognize the strengths and capitalize on those. As far as your weaknesses are concerned, you will need to ask a question. Can I develop those skills and abilities, or will I need to introduce a third party or extra resource to help me get there? Let's look at the main areas of a business. If you look at the different components of a business, you will be able to identify those areas where you have ability and those areas where you simply do not. A business can be broken up into its following departments: planning, marketing, sales, management, customer service, financial control, delivery or fulfillment, and after sales. Aligning your strengths with your business. Your strength or weakness can generally be identified by looking at your personality or preferences. Psychometric testing, which is one of the big areas of business, both small and large today, would identify that your strengths are either left brain or right brain based. Have a look at this table, which identifies the people who should be in charge of departments according to brain style or preference. Left brain can be associated with analytical, processing, and planning skills. Right brain can be associated with creative, entrepreneurial, and people skills. Pause here now, have a look at this table so that you fully understand each of the areas of a business and where they fit in the psychometric picture. Have a look at marketing and lead generation. It's in the middle of the above table. That is because marketing and lead generation needs input from both brain styles. There is a science and art to marketing and lead generation. While this can also be true of many of the departments of the business as outlined above, I have listed the departments of a business under either left or right brain because that's where I believe the dominance should lie. Now, the interesting point to make is that most small businesses are started by people with right brain dominance. These are the ideas people. However, you can see that the skills and abilities required to run a successful business are possessed by people with left brain dominance. You can see from this diagram another representation. Left brain down the left-hand side, right brain down the right-hand side, and combination of two in the middle. So you might ask, how did businesses which were started by people with right brain dominance survive and even thrive? Well, there could be many reasons for this, but here's mine. Because the creators of these businesses saw their deficiency early enough and took steps to remedy the deficiencies, or they met someone like a partner or employee who complemented their skills by introducing the requisite left brain resources.